impossible. So here, crashed the cockpit with 4 guys from Albert Trommer School, and it was warning, and of course it was moved then.
What direction was the plane coming?
This way.
This way?
And it has exploded in mid-air about this, about here. We still don't can measure which altitude.
Okay.
But it could be not so high. The battle began on 26,000 feet.
Okay.
But this plane was hit by Focke-Wulfs and dropped from formation, go low, and they came again.
Okay.
The engine number 3 was burning, and no, number 2, I'm sorry. Number 2 was burning, and there was fire in Bombay. And Albert Trommer gave to his guys order to bail out, and said to co-pilot Timothy Brojo, go to check bombardier and navigator in front. So he came there, and he saw just the navigator kicking on the escape hatch because it was jammed. And so he said, we together make it. And then I said to navigator, bail out, and the navigator told me, go first because you are injured. He has some blood, no big injury, but you are injured. So Brajo said, so I jump out, and I'm sure that navigator bail out exactly behind me immediately, but he didn't make it. So seconds after Timothy Barchard, the co-pilot, bailed out, the plane exploded, and Albert Trommer was still sitting on the controls to get possibility to his guys to bail out.
Yeah.
Which they
And the cockpit with Trommer in his...
Yeah, cockpit was actually here.
Which way was it? It had to be facing this way to throw somebody through a window.
Except if it explodes. Exactly.
Before it's and after that crash, it push
debris,
push objects every direction.
Exactly.
And what I see that one airman was bailing out. And it was time of the explosion, and his parachute was hit. Maybe it was Jim Wright, and it was circling, and he was on the wires.
Yeah.
And then during the crash, it pushed him. Because on the photo of wreckage, you can see pieces of parachute still outside of the wreckage.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, so we think that happened. We cannot be sure. Some 200 meters maybe from here, one guy from the crew landed on parachute on a roof of the building, and he fell down. And Bradshaw, together with John Klotz and Charles Wilson, were jailed together. They were in Old Town Hall. And when they were jailed, they said, we saw, because it was not so hard to jail or capturing like we see yesterday.
Yeah.
Because people remember that the English guys were, American guys were standing here and said, oh, they had fun. They were happy. They were in shock, of course, and said someone give to people chocolate, yeah. And so someone gets from civilians some, yeah. But you know, people were this and this kind. But they were not so bad. So they can still stay on the ground on the main square and see the wreckage in the school, and they see the one guy from their crew, and they believe it was the technical sergeant Stone on the stretchers. They said he must be alive because he hit his eye from the sun.
Right.
But what we know, he died the very next day in hospital in Vipert, which is some 6 kilometers from here. So here crashed the cockpit. There landed one guy who died later. There in school was tail section, one engine was on the field when you see behind the building. So on that area crashed one engine, and another engine crashed close to the point where 2 days ago I crashed my car when I was going back. Yeah, behind the church.
Bad spot, huh?
You didn't have to really crash your car to show us the impact.
You guys, go do your thing. We're holding you up. We shouldn't have started this. I know this is your tour.
No, this is